Hello guys, Frozen Neptunia here and welcome back to Lord of the Rings Third Age. On the last episode we basically got acquainted with the game and wound up here. I believe it's Cadaras Bridge. So, what I've decided to do with this Let's Play is in between parts of... I forgot to mention that the Eye of Sauron will actually progress while you stood still. It's one of those funny things. So what I was saying is, my plan for this game is in between each part of Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. I'm going to record multiple parts of this and have it edited. So a lot of the parts you see of this game will most likely be done within the same sitting. So I hope, and actually we're getting into something. We've had two party members for about 40 minutes now. We're about to get another one.
A man, badly wounded.
Wait for the wargs to approach.
They'll kill him. Hold on!
Hello, lovelies.
You live?
No thanks to you. Can't you see I was hunting them? You want to use the crows? Lure the wargs in close. They kill faster that way.
You were of the Dunedain.
At your service, lady. You meant to help me, so perhaps you may.
Perhaps you should finish off the rest of the pack first.
And we are thrown straight into combat with our new party member, the Ranger Elagost. He's actually got one of the names that is never actually pronounced in-game. I'm thinking, thinking about it, I don't think his name is actually... Actually, no, it's said once. I'm pretty sure it's said once when we get to Minas Tirith. Okay, so, uses a sword in cutscene, uses a bow in gameplay. So, as a ranger, he can scan enemies. This feature isn't that good. He also comes with Creature Bane. Let's see how much damage it does. 217, that's not bad. Elagost is... I've seen a lot of people call him one of the better party members because he can do quite a lot of damage and he has high accuracy while also being able to hit enemies at range. Hitting enemies at range is actually a mechanic in this game. We're going to be fighting enemies who you can't hit with Barathor. Actually, the first major boss of the game, you can't actually harm with Barathor. So yeah, it's just one of those things. And, oh, I forgot. Okay, so I thought there was a cutscene there, so... Okay, so gaining party members. You may gain new companions over the course of your travels. Press triangle to review details about your party members. You've received a Middle-earth scene. View it now? Sure. The Dunedain. A few scattered rangers remain here, bravely resisting.
This realm is far more dangerous than you can imagine, Bellathor. The elves guard their ancient ruins and patrol these hills, but their numbers dwindle. The only other force able to offer resistance is a small band of Dunedain rangers. They are the survivors of a fallen kingdom, yet still silently defend these lands. For now, Huge wargs roam the countryside. They will slay many who are innocent of the danger, unless you lend the Rangers your aid.
For those of you who don't know what wargs are, think of wargs like giant pissed off wolves. That's the best way I can describe them. So, Elgos, he actually joins very well rounded, and being our main sort of like dexterity buff. So I'm going to put dexterity up to 20 and then put the rest in his strength. The majority of his attacks are physical based, but having AP actually helps because he's got some really high like AP costs for some of his abilities. So let's actually go through some we want to learn. Arrow Flurry is a very unique ability because it allows him to multi-target attack. This is actually very helpful in certain things. He also has a lot of moves that will also debuff enemies, so he can slow, lower accuracy. Stupid cars. He can even like regain health. Lowers melee defense, which like piercing shot, it by the time you get it you don't really need it. Prevents enemies from counterattacking. This is going to be a very annoying mechanic later on when we get enemies that can counterattack. And then True Shot. True Shot is the most broken thing in this game. And he also gets Ranger crafts. Aimed Shot is just a more powerful attack, so he's much more of a pure damager, if that makes any sense. And again, he gets a lot of debuffing skills. But a move he does get called Kingsfoil Grace. This is a really good skill. He also gets some other ones. I think it's, yeah, Grace of Athelas. And which is the other one? Oh, and he also gets moves like Paralyzing Shot. So yeah, he's a little bit better at what he does than like Barathor does, because being able to hit more enemies at range, but Barathor I do find is a lot better in boss fights, because he has a lot more single target damage, and as we've got a new party member, let's switch over to him. So yeah, this is one thing I don't get about Elagos, is that in a lot of cutscenes you see him using a sword. Okay, so nearby enemies. A glowing Palantir will appear when you approach enemies. This is basically telling you about the forced encounters I mentioned in the first part. So we're just going to wander around the mountain range and deal with the warg pack around here. Okay, so Idril goes first. Yeah, okay, so what was it? Wow, I immediately forgot what I was going to say. So let's actually show off Aim Shot. Has a massive cost. Which is, yeah, like Elagos really struggles early on. Because you can't really, you can't really get his moves quickly, because they tend to have very high AP costs. So he's often out of AP very quickly. So let's actually restore his AP. So I've got 2 Lambus, don't have anything else. Yeah, Long Bottom Leaf. So it's one of those on you and one of those on you. I would recommend, if you're playing through this game with me, is to, what's the term? To keep your AP topped up as much as possible. because you never know when you're going to run out, especially seeing as how high some of your costs can get. And the Palintia field... Oh. Perfect mode. Doing damage to enemies will fill your party's momentum meter over time. When the momentum meter is full, your party enters perfect mode and can unleash more powerful attacks. Okay, with perfect mode, I can't actually use it yet, but it's something you're gonna want to save for the upcoming, like, it's more you'll know when to use it. And you tend to get perfect modes, I think, through story progression? Like, the first one we get is honestly the best one we'll have for a while, because it's multi-targeting. Just hit up Guardian Strike. And can't do... Let's actually show off Examine. So, yeah, they're weak to Pierce. And strong against Blunt, but we don't really have any people that deal blunt damage. Let's show off Company Valor. Increase the odds of group hits and enemy misses. I have no idea if these actually stack. Okay, so let's just attack with you. So yeah, he does a lot more damage to wargs than like Berothor does. But yeah, you will see me using leadership quite a bit, especially in the next like major area of the game, because we've got, if you know like the story of Lord of the Rings, we have Aragorn, Moria, and then we have a area that isn't in the movie because it's the East Emnet Gullies, the Gap of Rohan. Oh cool, Idril got a sword. I only just noticed that when I pressed X. Okay, so let's yep, put your strength up. And put your strength up. Damn it, Idril has a sword, equip it. So yeah, like I was saying in the last episode, a lot of Idril's physical damage doesn't come from her strength stat, comes from her weapons. So with Idril, you really want her to... something's going on with... Okay, so, okay. I have no... Oh, I know what it is. It's my foot shaking. I know that sounds really weird out of context, but I get this, like, restless leg syndrome thing. And what it's doing, it's moving my desk slightly. And I think that's being picked up on my microphone. Alright. That's just a bit of me being me. Okay, so if we head up here, we get the final Warg Band, and I think down there is where we've already been. What was I saying beforehand? I forgot what I was talking about because I thought my recording was broken. Oh, okay, so he leveled up, so he got his points back. But yeah, Creature Bane costing 40. That's a lot, seeing as he only really gets, like, 2 uses of it. Does anyone need healing? Elagos could use some health. And let's... Actually, I haven't really shown off Shattering Strike yet, have I? Yeah, this is one of those moves where it's really hard to tell if you've actually hit or not. I'll get to that in a minute. Well, actually, no, I'll get to that now. If you've noticed with, say, Guardian Strike and Orcbane, it's a different, like, attack animation. How you can tell you're going to miss with Berothor is he winds up for his normal attack animation, which is really hard to tell with Shattering Strike because it uses his auto attack animation. And all world packs destroyed gained 1,160 EXP and leveled up. So Idriel and Elgos got level ups. Yeah, let's just put it in strength. Yeah, he's catching up on Berethor really quickly. Slime of Orthanc. I can't remember what that does. Use items. Slime of Orthanc reduces slashing damage. Yeah, you get items like these which you don't really use. Like, I'm not really one to use them. Okay, I think this is back down where we found Elgos. I'm just going to check just in case, because I might have missed a box, knowing me. Nope, yep, let's just head back. Yeah, so this is a much more forgiving than Digital Devil Saga, and most JRPGs are of the time. Well, this isn't a JRPG, it's basically Final Fantasy X, but with Lord of the Rings. Okay, so we came up that way, went up that way. So it's this way now.
Brings you to this place, Ranger.
I will tell you, but first we must make our way to one of the elves' healing altars.
Well, that was a very short cutscene. Yeah, sometimes you can get, like, very short cutscenes like that. And yeah, like, from the mountains to this bit. Okay, so around here is actually a very difficult encounter for this part of the game, so I kinda want to avoid it.
I see you have found our campsite. And yes, we did shelter here from Saruman, but to no avail. His spies spotted us miles away. But we pressed on, forsaking the easy southern route for a more dangerous passage over the mountains. But the White Wizard held other plans, and that route was denied us. Know this, Gondorian. We are not far ahead of your brave company.
Follow the Fellowship to Moria. Elgos gains 170 XP. Yeah, really not much from that, but this isn't actually the campsite they were in, because there's like a troll statue up here for some reason. Berethor, Third Age Lothlorien Ring of Spirit Warding. And Troll Pit Mud. Are you sure it's mud? So, yeah. Each character kind of gets, like, a unique bit of equipment. I think, like, Berethor and one other character is rings. And that really did, like, buff his, spirit. So he's got a bit more magic defense now. Uh-oh, I think we might be getting into a counter about now. Yep. Is this the encounter that I'm worried about? Oh my god, it is! Okay, so this encounter is a little bit of a difficulty spike. I might be misremembering this one, because I think it's a different type of chieftain. I'm going to Haste of the Elves Berethor. Company Might. Yeah, I'm going to start with the buffs. And Elgos, you don't really do much, so aim shot the... Yeah, Armored Orc Sword Veteran. These are a new type of enemy. But I'm going to take a shot at you, quite literally. Ooh, 323. 25. Wow, only 44. But yeah, this is one of those encounters where, like, a lot of encounters can get very out of hand if you aren't careful. Because you saw those Orc veterans, they do a chunk of damage at this point in the game. So you need to be careful at all times. Yeah, 144, 181... Yeah, you take damage quickly and the hell was going on with my screen just then? I have no idea if that showed up in the recording or not. But... Huh. Smack you with Orcbane. Idriel, heal yourself for the love of Galadriel. Yeah. That's a lot of damage. Okay, so let's use a... Leaves of Lambus. Yeah, let's just use Aim Shot. Because I know his Ranger art is 5. And his next, like, Bowcraft is, like, 15. So heal Barathor. So yeah, you're seeing a more cautious side to me in this game, because with this game at times, you can never be too cautious. Like, because any time an encounter, you can just die. Barathor leveled. Idriel didn't, and Elgos didn't. Okay. Okay, so... Stats. Barathor, just keep pumping everything into his strength. And let's head down here. Because we've got a, well, kind of a, not really interesting area, but different to what we normally have seen. Like this strange, like, abandoned little, like, ruined fort. It's quite cool, actually. Oh. Encounter when you right get in. Okay, so, this is what I was talking about earlier. There are certain enemy encounters where you can't target one of the combatants for physical attacks. This I am going to show off when I get to Barathor's turn, if this guy doesn't die. Never mind. Learn Piercing Might. Okay, so as you see, attack is grayed out. Sword crafts are grayed out, because I can't target the person at range. So I may as well just use Company Might. Yeah, against opponents that are ranged only, Barathor really struggles. Because he can't do anything. Except spam, like, leadership skills. When is Elgos going to hit his next? Okay, cool. Just go for the auto attack because... Yeah, Elgos really runs out of AP early. He's one of the characters you really have to do a bit of grinding with. So he can get some of his, like, cheaper skills. Let's get this. Another Slime of Orthanc. Item, use, where is the... Actually, let's just use Leaf of Old Toby. And that. Items in combat, I think, do restore more HP. So, yeah. Always pays off to look around. Because it's not like Shin Megami Tensei where you just run into an encounter every 3 steps, even when you have an Estoma on. Yeah, that mechanic still really annoys me. Okay, so let's actually show off Piercing Might. Okay, so A range attack that lowers foes' melee damage. This is good against more, like, physical enemies. Like, a normal attack just easily kills these things. I don't really want to... Yeah, let's just use Fluid Strike. I don't think it'll kill. Never mind, it did. Yeah, you can have, like, encounters where it's just like... Yeah, you can just get it done in 2 turns. And then there are other encounters where it's just like, oh god, please make the pain stop. Especially once we get to Moria. Okay, so more Lambus. Yeah, don't go that way, go this way. Just make my way up here. Can't... Okay, so there's the item we got earlier. Just trying to remember if there's like another like item hidden around anywhere. I think there is somewhere. Well, there's one there. Lambus. Ent Bark. Is it down here? Nope. Yeah, no, I was just thinking it was there like a item around here. Okay, so this is literally a one-shot encounter. Because kill you. Kill you. Yeah, you can use Creature Bane, because Bane skills, like, don't do, like, reduced damage on anything that isn't what it's meant to be. But it's always worth getting the extra 1 point, because it adds up really quickly. And Elgos, Dunedain tan leather underbraces. And I think there's a cut. Yeah.
What are you doing?
You want to be sure they're good and dead. Some are mighty hard to kill.
Not even these sacred places are safe.
How do I know I can trust this one?
I vouch for him. In the name of the Lady of the Galadrim.
That is good enough for me.
And how do I know I can trust you? Where did you get those wounds?
At the hands of a Mordor orc, whose life I intend to shorten considerably. In the pass of Kahadras, we were attacked by goblins. We slew all but the orc, who escaped with something of great value to me.
Who is this wee ranger?
I was in the company of a dwarf. A friend, actually.
And what did this orc take from you?
You helped me slay him, and you shall find out.
You rangers from the north are full of riddles. And who are you to speak for a ruler of elves?
You must help me return to Lothlorien and warn the Lady Galadriel of these dangers. Then you will know all.
We should find one of the enemy's altars. After what I did to him, that orc would be in need of healing himself.
Come, Gondorian. We shall attend to my matters in due course.
Okay, find an elf healing altar. Oh, Middle-earth scene. Spirit powers. Elf spirit powers remain bound in craft and hidden places.
We found a place where the ancient spirits of air, fire, earth, and water, who once graced this world, may still be found. Some beings glide through the airs around you, timeless and wise. Mighty forces also stir the deep, and can still be called upon in times of great need. Powers of fire and light bring life to this realm, and are held by the wise as the most potent and dangerous forces. And great spirits of the earth yet animate the living wood of this world, for it too breathes the mystery of life. Elves are the keepers of this wisdom and guardians of this ancient force, for make no mistake about it, bound within their craft, their weapons, and their very being is some small measure of the gods, a living gift that has endured through many ages. find it and use it wisely, for it contains power beyond measure.
Okay, so our next little quest is... we basically have an optional quest here. Okay, so Elfstones. Elfstones are elven artifacts that can improve attributes, skills, and resistances. Each character can equip up to 4. So from this we get artifact 1 of 4. Cracked Elfstone of Action Enhancement. Want to hazard a guess of who this is going on? Okay, so obviously this first, so... Slightly increases action point value. Yeah, it gives him 10 points, but... That's gonna add up over time. Okay, so there's nothing more over there. The only way to go is down here. Yeah, the model collision on some of these slopes aren't great, so you'll probably like stagger down a bit.
Ranger, what happened back there in the pass?
It was a bewitched fight, voices echoing down from the mountains. Then lightning struck all around us. The dwarf fought like one possessed, but a landslide carried him away. Before he fell, he gave me a map, presented to him by Elrond of Rivendell as a gift of friendship. But I could not withstand the dark powers that ruled the mountain that night. While I lay there burning, that Mordor orc ripped the map away and fled down the mountain. That map revealed the location of the secret entrance to a forgotten realm.
Moria.
Yes, the greatest city of the dwarves, whose location was lost during the Great Wars. And whose halls are rumored to still be stalked by a terrible monster.
And what of the dwarf?
If that map leads us to Moria's hidden gate, I expect we shall find him nearby. It would take more than a few goblins to stop that dwarf.
Okay, so we have our next objective. Oh, another Middle-earth scene. Moria's past. To travel to the elves, Barrothor must first enter Moria.
I will lay open to you Moria's secrets, and they are many. Khazad-dûm, the greatest of dwarven halls, lies along an old elven road that carried trade between Hollin and Moria. At the walls of Moria, invisible dwarf doors bar western entry. Even their own creators cannot find them if their secret is forgotten. But should the gates be mastered, the mazes of halls and tunnels within the mountain are vast. And the 4-day journey to the other gate will not be an easy one, should foul creatures still prowl those halls. If I were you, I would track our party and follow behind, should we master the gates of Moria.
Yeah, a thing about Moria is bloody terrifying. It's not like a horror themed location. I mean terrifying for another reason. Bag of old Toby. Moria is, as I'm kind of going to say, a bit of a difficulty spike. Okay, learning new skills. I've already gone over this, actually. Like, you use skills to learn new things. So there's nothing up here. There is a helmet for Barrothor around here, which I think is just here. And there it is. This should be the helmet. Nope. That one, then. Oh, yeah. Battered steel helm. And troll pit mud. Why do I keep pressing square to open the menu? It's actually quite a decent armor boost. So yeah, the next place we need to go is up this tower here. Even though it's not where it's pointing, this is where another elf artifact is. So I think the way up is this way? Or there's at least an item. I really regret not getting a drink before recording. So, up these stairs, and it's a bit of a long trek if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. I always remembered that being a lot longer as a kid. Okay, so Bowcraft, Creature Bane. Yeah, we're at the point where a lot of enemies here don't really cause a threat. Like, a lot of these, like, basic orcs. A Gift of Elrond. Yeah, just heal up yourself. And then I can have Barrothor Guardian Strike. Oh, just wait until we can get Citadel Rage. If I remember correctly, their accuracy isn't great. Like, they have a lower accuracy than a lot of Barrothor's, like, main attacks. And we got Gondorian Steel Greaves from that fight. One of 2 light altered cleared of enemies. Defy Shadow Filia. Found artifacts 2 of 4. Cracked Elfstone of Health enchantment. This I am... Okay, so let's just level up you quickly. Okay, so this I'm actually going to give to Idriel. Mainly because it gives her, like, 43 extra health. And... yeah, Idriel is kind of like our main healer throughout the game. Though, there is a very evil segment later on which removes her from the party, so... don't do what me and my brothers did as kids and rely too heavily on her to basically carry you through the game. Because you're going to regret it later on. Trust me. Okay, so we are actually on top of the little, oh yeah, I forgot we got, new things for Barrothor. Yeah, we're actually on top of that little bit from the first step, from the first part. The storehouse. Elgos, 3rd Age Dunland Brooch of Arnor. Wow. Yeah, this is actually one of the better items in the game for him. Because it gives +2 strength, +1 dex, +2 speed, +1 con, +1 spirit, and also has 19 armor. Yeah, it's actually pretty insane for this point in the game. Lambus. So actually, what I'm going to do is actually end the part off here. Because we've made it quite far and we've got a new party member. So, as per usual guys, I have been Frozen Neptunia, and I will see all of you lovable people in the next episode. Bye